And welcome to my channel. This is Nairi. I've got lots of updates to show you. I want to show you where I've got to with my vintage seamstress sewing journal, because I've been doing that over the Christmas period, and I want to show you the kit that I use, which I made for that. I also want to show you some other ideas I've got for ephemera, and then if we have time we're going to do some little fabric clusters to put on some extra ephemera that I want for my journal. So I hope you guys are good. So this is the journal, which I'm really happy with. It started off a bit tentative because I started off with this green fabric. So this is out of the cereal box. I started off with the green fabric and it's a bit dull, if you know what I mean, but it did match her. So this is one of the images from the kit. It did match her. I'm gonna have to check them in frame because I am now in the bedroom. So if you've been following me, I've had a bad back, had to come in from where I normally film, and I was on the kitchen table, and now I'm in the bedroom in a tiny space. So anyway, this is part of the kit. So I wanted it to look old per se, so I used this fabric here, which is like an upholstery fabric, and an old vintage tablecloth there, which I really like, but it was quite dull, and I put the tablecloth, sorry, no, I think it was a cushion cover actually, on there. So with just that, it wasn't really doing it for me, and I didn't think it would do it for anybody else either, because this will be for sale, probably to start off in Ko-fi, where it'll be a little bit reduced there, and then also on Etsy. So then I sort of worked quite hard on this dangle, which has got little sewing items in it as well, which is really cute, if you can see, and some buttons and things. So I think I'll put another couple of strands on there actually. So I'd ordered some fabric from Temu. I'm not a great lover of Temu, got to be honest, but sometimes it is, you're looking for something specific and you can't find it in a thrift store, and I was looking for something to really enhance this journal. So I'd ordered some fabric from Temu, which looks quite aged. So this was a cushion cover that I chopped up from there and there, and in the back of the journal I've also added it there, and because it's got quite an aged look to it, I think it works really well with this actual vintage material. So that was that, but it still wasn't quite right. And I'd ordered this netting fabric with dragonflies on, so you can find that in Temu, and it comes in different, you can get different colours of it. And so what I thought it would do is add protection to this paper here and kind of put the netting across her a little bit, and it's really added a lovely bit of bling, hasn't it, as well. So I think I might add those dragonflies in other places in the journal, but for the time being we have a pretty good outcome, I think, anyway. So just let me quickly show you, and also put these dangles on here as well. And I like to do like a bit of an eclectic mix of stuff, and I like it to make a noise. So this is where she's at. So let me show you the kit first before I show you the signatures in its kind of whole format. There's one sheet missing because I used 2 sheets of one thing in here, but this is the kit, and this is on my Etsy shop. I can't remember if I've put it on Ko-fi or not. I don't think I did put this one on Ko-fi, but if you haven't found me on Ko-fi and you want to support me as a creator and sometimes be, you know, have options for freebies or reduced items or my art or my kits or whatever, then check it out. So I've put some different levels on there now, and thank you to Jodie, who's been an amazing support on there. So if you're watching, Jodie, thank you so much. So make sure I'm in frame again. So this is the kit. So obviously these you fold in half for the actual junk journal, and this you can fussy cut or do what you like with. And then you've got options for tags. I haven't worked out how to get the shape of a tag going with my kit yet and actually fill that shape in. So, but you can make it, I make these into shape tags if I want to, journaling cards. So I've worked out how to do pockets, but not tags. I mean, these are sort of, you know, but they're not the normal shape, are they? So I seem to have got, I think one of these then is from the other kit, which I need to use. So I say I haven't managed it, I have on this one, but most of the time I don't. Yeah, so I hope you like this. So you've got some pages for folding, This is another page of folding. There she is for the front. I've got this image somewhere floating around and what I've done with it, and folded these over for the actual pages of the journal. And then what I did is I mixed in my own tea dyed, coffee dyed paper in between. These are really nice for like photo cards, I think. So yeah, so I've got 30% off actually at the moment on Etsy, just because it's January. But honestly, the kits, they don't cost that much anyway, truthfully. And yeah, so I was really happy with how that came out. So that's that. So I have to put that on the floor because there's no space. Let me show you again then how that works, transpires inside the journal. This has got 3 signatures in it. So I did do a shorts of this. I've tried to put a little bit on my channel, but being Christmas and New Year with my adopted boys around and grandchildren, it's been quite hard to fit any true filming in. So you can see where the kit is here, but then I've added in other things. I'll just quickly flip you through. It's a paper bag. This will need to be muted or added onto. The signatures in the middle where I put the charms and what have you there. I like the effect of that paper bag actually. I've already inked most of this because that was something I could do sort of sat around. 'Cause having had a bad back, I've really struggled to sit at a desk and do anything, but my back is a lot better. I just got to be a bit careful with it. So there we go. Made that into like a flap there. I had quite a lot of this coffee dyed, and I've actually put watercolour ink on here as well, I think, so I've got a slight bluey tinge to it. But I've used up a lot of my coffee dyed paper now. So I'm sure that you've seen people do coffee dyeing, but if you don't know how to do it, I can either explain that on a video just by telling you how to do it. Let me know in the comments. I mean, you get varying degrees. I mean, this is like quite heavily stained. I quite like a bit of grunge appearing in my journal. It's not loads, but do you like a bit of grunge? I like it to look old if I can. So I'm really happy with this kit. It's different. I wanted to do something a little bit different. And there we go. So I have some other kits that have appeared. Ko-fi's got Peter Rabbit on it, and that is definitely free to members, so if you want to check that out. And I've put a sea, under the sea one on Etsy as well, which is probably a 4 time because we're not anywhere near the sea yet, are we? So that's that. What else to show you? So let me quickly show you then how the ephemera looks cut up, because then you know that that's what is going to go in my journal. But the ephemera that we're going to do in a minute is not linked with the kit. It's going to be like complementary ephemera, because I like to use kits, but I don't like it all to be a kit. So maybe that I don't even use all of this. I don't want it to be just a kit, because I could churn those out to the cows come home, but it wouldn't be original, and I want each journal to be quite original. Like if you buy that journal, it won't be, nobody else will have it, you know. So on the back I've covered that with coffee dyed card actually, so I've done that with all of them I think, and just inked them around. But actually this one I ordered in some paper that was vintage accounts type paper. I ordered it from Amazon, and so some of them I've done that with, just to ring the changes a bit. So just quickly go through that with you. So I hope you had a good Christmas. I hope you had a happy new year. If I'm honest, I prefer the new year to Christmas because I don't know, I think sometimes I stress more over Christmas. I'm not going to say that I didn't have a good time, because the birthday celebration for my mum, which was on Boxing Day, was really good fun, and I could really relax. That's just things that I need to do something with. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad Christmas, but I just find that perhaps one of my sons is a bit tense. There we go. Okay, so that's just roughly what is going to go in to journal, which I'm so excited about. I mean, I just think these are really lovely. They just look really authentic, don't they? I'm just excited. I love the colours in it. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I mean, not everyone's going to want a sewing journal, but somebody out there probably will, especially if they like something a bit different. So that is going to go back in my envelope, and then I want to show you not only a little drawing that I've done, but also some like genuine ephemera that I've managed to get off of Etsy, which I'm sure you would be excited about, even though I can't remember the name of it. Now, whether I'll actually include this in my journals or copy it onto paper because I don't want to lose it, I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether I'll be allowed to do that. I will check it out with the seller whether I'm allowed to do that, because obviously once this goes, it goes. But it's, the thing is, it feels amazing. It's like I think it was 25 pieces of French ephemera. So look at all that. It's like so exciting. Genuine stuff. I mean, some of it in there may not be genuine. There was a couple of things that, like the music paper, I thought possibly wasn't, but like that one, I'm going to say that I can get that anywhere. Okay, I don't quite rightly know what happened to my camera, but anyway, so I was just showing you some French ephemera. I don't know how far I got with that, but anyway. So you might be saying to me, why are you showing me this, Nairi? Well, it's a good question, but what I'm thinking of doing, this is it was pencil drawing, which I did, which I've then gone over with Micron fine liner. So what I'm thinking of doing is either scanning it in on my flatbed scanner, which isn't very big, so I'm not sure if I can manage that or not, or cutting it down into sections and scanning that in and then using it as genuine ephemera, because it's black and white. I think it will look quite effective against coloured pieces of paper and in journals, but obviously more of a botanical one, probably not the one I'm doing at the moment. So that is an idea that I had, and I might do a few more of those because I don't find line drawings too difficult to do, and when I'm not painting, it's something I can do which isn't that messy. So that's another idea that I have. So let's get going with a little bit of crafting, shall we? Because it's something that's what we're here for, isn't it? So I've got these little things here. So inside I've got some more of that accounting kind of paper stuff, and I've stuck some reading paper on there. But this is from a different kit. This is I can't remember, Victorian Blooms or something like Vintage Blooms, and I thought it would complement that journal really well that I showed you, but it's a bit bland. So I've got two of those. I've inked them up. I think I've done the inside the same. Yeah, so yeah, that would have to go that way. Let's get it the right way up, shall we? So they'll be nice as bigger little booklets. So what I'm thinking is like a fabric cluster, and I want the depth of the material depth to be there. So I'm going to fiddle around with a few pieces that I have here. I also have this as well, which I think will look really nice. I do feel like I'm battling with my camera situation. You would laugh if you see the setup up here. Right, okay, so I only need this glue to start with, don't I? And I've got these as well. So I think let's get this going first. I've got this really nice tattered rose ink here, so pretty, and it looks really pale, and I know that I have some of my other ink underneath it. That's the truth of the matter, but it's so nice. I've been enjoying using it, and it is mixed up with my vintage photo ink. I know it is really, but does that matter? No, not really. So I'm going to put that as the base of it, I think, up here. Well, especially if I can get my glue out. There we go. So yeah, I've got my camera stand attached to the top of a step ladder. That's how I'm making this work, because being on the kitchen table with loads of people in and out of Christmas meant not only was I not able to film, I couldn't keep anything down there, and also long term, too many interruptions. You know, that's a lot of glue, Nairi. Too many interruptions. Okay, there's been hundreds of interruptions along the way. Fun, fun, fun. Family's just arrived. Okay, so we're starting with this. Okay, we're going to do these two little booklets and layer. So I'm thinking let's do the ribbon and I think that blue lace is all right. I do have other options, but I think that's just going to be lost on there, isn't it? I'm not sure about that blue. I do like that on there though. What else have I got? I have, no, it's too big. I do have different things that we can try out. I'm just not sure what I want to do. I've got quite a few new little bits and bobs, but see, I don't want to use all of it. I just want it to look good. Now, let me see. So I've just seen my gorgeous grandson. They've just come by and they've just gone around the corner to the shops. Now, I think, is this a sticker, or it might be a sticker, but if not, I've got the glue, haven't I? It is, okay. Okay, so being a sticker, I can just put that wherever. So I'm going to put that there. Let that blend in a little bit, because I'm not trying to make a feature of the person really. Now let's get the Fabri-Tac out for the fabric, because the fabric clusters are what I was trying to show you a little bit anyway. So I like to use fabric in my journals, quite a lot of it. Everyone's different and everybody's got different taste. Come on, Fabri-Tac, get yourself moving. But I quite like it. It does bulk up the journals quite a lot, and it makes them more expensive to make, obviously, if you've got to go and buy the stuff. But I do really like the effect of fabric on my journals. So I'm just layering these fabric bits, but I'm taking them away from that piece of cardboard so that we get the effect of the cardboard as well. Now we've got this little rose. That's nice, isn't it? I feel like maybe we need one more thing. I've got this pink. I think that could look nice, couldn't it? I'm going to put the pink on top of that checked. These are the wrong scissors. Get the right scissors. There we go. So yeah, had some nice cuddles, and my grandson had a little nap here whilst they went off for a little swim at our swimming pool around the corner. So I think they just wanted a break together. Her husband's just got an extra day off work and they live quite nearby, so it's a nice little treat. My adopted sons are just gaming, which is what they often do. We make them take breaks, but they never choose to take any breaks. Now I like that. I feel like it might need something sort of here. And I think these are too big, these florals, and I think the florals might blend too much. We'll have a look. There's an eye in there, it's cute, isn't it? As nice as that is, I think that would have to be for some different tags. Let me see. What else we got? We've got some stuff in here. This is what I've ripped up to put back for this, what I'm doing. I think perhaps the vellum. Oh, look at the vellum. Yeah, I like the vellum there. I always find like mixing black and white with colour just works really well. My glue is coming out super quick and I don't have any wet wipes nearby. We do have some book page as well though. Let me see. Yeah, that looks nice. But then I think that would as well. Put that on as well. So I hope to show you as I progress with this vintage sewing journal. Show you some different things that I'm making and doing. What else do I hope to do? I don't like working on more than one journal at once, so I might start thinking about another one, but yeah, prefer to kind of get one done. I get in too much of a muddle, and being that I am actually in my bedroom, I think we could add one of these. Real cute, wouldn't it? Maybe we can add a little pearl. I think one will do. I don't have much space here, you know, so I'd like to put everything away for one journal before I start the next one. If you are new to junk journaling and you're scared of it and you would like me to show you what a very simple sort of one signature, just literally folded paper at the front, scrap paper at the front, like the easiest junk journal with sewing signatures, because I think the sewing of the signatures is something that really freaks people out. If you'd like me to demonstrate that and do one quick one, I can always do that alongside this vintage journal, let me know. But I like that. I think that's good. I mean, I feel like it could do something on the inside as well. So maybe we'll just use one of these. I don't really want to decorate the inside per se, because there'll be plenty of decorating going on with this journal all the way through. But this could look nice there. Yes, so that's one done. Next one, go for something completely different, shall we? So this time, I think I could get away with this. So I could have a thimble. Make sure I got it the right way up. That's a nice sticker, isn't it? It'll come off really easily. I definitely think we can have that, and I feel like this could look nice alongside, so let me get this off. And then of course we'll do some fabric. So I can go on there. I can go like that. Now let's not do the same thing, because that's not going to show you anything, is it? So I can have a little bit of this, just normal pink tissue, and I do think that this would look quite good on this one. I mean, the pink lace would, but we've done that already, so we're not going to do that again. That one. These are a bit dull, so not that one. What else we've got in here? So back along, one of my daughters gave me some nail art stuff, and I have my nails done acrylic now, so I can't really use nail art on it. So I thought maybe some of the glitter stuff could look nice. I'm not sure where it is now. I think it could be something like that. But see what we think in a minute. And maybe some tea dyed lace. Let's put all that away. We can't have it all out. And what else have we got? We've got this. Way too big. See what I've got in my little drawer here. I was thinking of using some of this as the closure on the journal, but it's not sari silk. I thought it was. It's chiffon, so I'm not sure whether I'm going to do that or not, but I see no reason why we can't use a little bit for these tags. Chiffon feels really nice, and it's just nice and roughly cut sort of thing, so I might go for a fair amount of it on here now. I'm going to take it across here like that, and then build this up in the middle. Like that. I just don't know what we're going to do with this glittery stuff. It looks a bit tacky, so that's a no, which is a shame, because I think that could have worked. Right, could we have that one on again there? Yeah, okay. It is similar to the other one, but it's still different, so let's do that. It's getting a little bit what we call in the UK dimpsy outside, but the lighting in my bedroom is pretty good, so that's one positive thing about being stuck in a little corner. And there we go. Let's get that as straight as we can. These little booklets are really nice to pop into bigger pockets in the journal. I think they're a nice little surprise when somebody pulls it out and it's not just a tag, it's a little booklet. I like to make lots of little booklets for my journals. They do add a little element of surprise. No, actually I'll keep the tissue there. The nice thing about the tissue is it gives it a nice crunkly noise when you touch it. So it's not so much the look of it, it's more the feel of it, you know. Okay. Yeah. I like that. There was a lot of faffing around, but we got there in the end. Let's chop this a little bit. Right, so that's the second one of those. Okay. Very different, but similar, if you know what I mean. Right, that's that. So now I've got some different shaped tags to work with. So I have this one, and I've just backed them with that coffee dyed cardboard. So nice and thick. And often I would sew around these, but I think I mentioned at the beginning of this that I can't get to my sewing machine at the minute, so I have to make the best of it. And some of you may not sew, you may not even have a sewing machine, so I'm sure that sometimes it's nice to have things that are going to be easily available to you. Right, so this has got a different colour base which allows me to work with different materials. So I'm going to say that this would be nice as a snippet, like that. If you ever want these types of materials, you can get fat quarters on Etsy for not a lot of money. I don't think I got it from Etsy, but you can. So I'm going to put that as a base. Don't know about the people. There are some children in here. Some of them are a little serious looking, and this isn't a Victorian. It is a vintage journal, but it's not necessarily based on Victorian people, so it just depends what we've got in here. Don't want anything too austere, and they do look a little bit austere. Maybe. And I've got these. So that could work in a sense that I might pick up on the black from the lady there. Wrong scissors. We'll have a little play around. So it could be that one, which actually I think looks nice. I mean, she may not stay, so that's why I'm not taking off anything from her yet. That looks nice. I've got this. Now that might look nice underneath the whole lot, honestly. Maybe quite not that big, but yeah, that could look nice like that. Kind of. I think the pink lace is pretty, but I think maybe the blue and nope. See, now that flower's not looking right, is it? I don't want to keep putting the same flowers in the middle. Maybe we just use pearls. No, I don't like that at all. Okay. Maybe it is going to be, I mean, obviously I do have other things I can use, but when it's a tiny, tiny little cluster, you want a tiny, tiny little floral, don't you? You want a massive thing sticking in the middle. Let me have a look. No, don't like that. I'm going to put some pearls on. Okay, let's work with a pearl. Okay, that's a bit better. Right. Going to need this Fabri-Tac again because this is the the bobbly stuff that I'm starting off with at the base is really hard to stick down. I've tried normal glue before and it doesn't work. I haven't inked this yet, so I will get on and do that in a minute. So this stuff, it's not that easy to stick down. And I want this to be seen, so I'm going to offshoot it a little bit so that you can actually see the floral on it and it's not in the centre. That. And shoot this off this way. Actually, let's put this one on, see what happens. Yes, that's nice, isn't it? And that one on there. I'm thinking about this lady and I'm not too sure, so I'm going to get out something else. On you go. She's a bit paler. I think that works better, but let me just see. That little sewing, like a spindle sewing machine, I don't know if you can see that there. Oh, that's much better, isn't it? So as much as I quite fancy the idea of putting people on these, that's not happening now. Like, you've got to go with what looks right, and these are quite delicate, these tags, so it might be that those people end up elsewhere in the journal, or they don't. They end up in a different journal, but that's okay. Okay, yeah, that's cute. I'm happy with that. Now hopefully that'll stay on and we can do some inking. So, are you guys okay? Are you up to anything at the minute? Are you working on anything? Is there anything you want me to show you? Sort of basic stuff that you don't understand? Then I'm more than happy to run that, as I said, alongside making this journal, because it might be that with this vintage sewing journal I show you pages I make, I show you ephemera, but there's something that you want to see, you don't understand how to make it or do it. So whilst this is a new channel, what I will say is there's an off-spin from Creative Kingfisher, which is a channel that I used to do decorative planning and junk journaling on, so it kind of looks like I'm just starting out, and you know, I haven't been doing it for junk journaling for years and years, but please stay on there. But I'm not brand new to it either, so I could show you things if you want to see things. I think that tag is really sweet. I might need to put some extra glue on there, but part of the problem with filming is that you end up working with something before it's dry, because you want people to see the finished result. So obviously that is a little bit wet and it's not staying where it should do, really. I'm really happy with that. So let's do another one. I really liked that format, but I'm going to show you something different. I have this. I found this material at a vintage, like a scrapbook store, and I just happened to remember that I had it. So it's the back of an old Christmas card. So I'm going to make this one into a bit of a pocket. So what I would do is go around the edge here. I love this piece of material as well. So it's going to be a tag, but it's a tag with a pocket. So when you pull it out of another pocket, you'll see this lovely little image, and you'll be able to either put your own stuff in there, or I might pop a tag in there, depending on how much is going on in the journal already, because it ends up overfilling them. So that's nice, but obviously it's wet. I don't need to add a lot to that, but I will add some little details. So what can we have? Apologies for the noise. This would look nice, as long as it doesn't cover it up too much, so I don't want to do that. So let's see, it's quite wide, I think. This is the type of stuff you would use on a bigger area of your journal, really, not necessarily kind of waste it, but I say You still have to get on and use what you got. So I'm going to say that that's more likely supposed to go that way. So if we do that and then go over the top, then someone's still going to be able to use that pocket. So let's do that. The other thing you can tell me is if there are any kits that sometimes you look around and you don't see something that's a bit different, I can have a bash at it. I use AI art to create, although I'm an artist, I don't use that for my kits because it's just, well, impossibly time consuming really. But I can sort of create quite a few different looks and things. So if you know that you're seeing a lot of one thing but you're not seeing much of another and you think, oh, that would be nice, I can always sort of consider it as an idea for a kit. So let me know that as well. I have some fun kits coming out that I haven't mentioned to you yet, which are definitely different. And whether people will want them or not, I don't know, but I'm going to use them to make journals, so I'll be sharing that with you sort of within the next month or so. Okay, let's pull that down. That is nice, isn't it? And cute, cute, cute. So yeah, pocket will still be there, the flap is there. It needs to be cut down a smidge, I think, unless I fold that round. I think I'll cut it down because there's quite a funky little shape going on down the bottom here anyway. And I can use these snippets anyway on a different card, so that's fine. As long as I put them back where they came from, or find a space for them to go. I'm not going to be able to make much mess in this room, so that's probably good for me because I'm quite a messy person. I'm not as bad as maybe some, but I'm certainly not great. Now that would look fabulous. What else? It could do with an element of pink, but I'm not sure whether we want the chiffon on it or not. Let me have a look at this material against it. It's building up these layers really, isn't it? Which I'm sure you can see. It's trial and error, which is why I'm not just getting it all out and going, here we go, this is what I'm putting on here, and look how nice it looks. I'm showing you that sometimes life's a struggle with these ideas, and they're ideas, but they don't always come together the right way. You've got to fiddle around a little bit. How does that look? Kind of alright. Not as powerful as I thought it would look, but then don't want to muck up that flower too much, so let me see. The chiffon's coming in very handy. And I'm looking at this and thinking, is that good enough for a closure if it's tripled up? Because I've got 3 different coloured pinks, and the simple answer to that is a no, I don't think it is. And I'm pretty sure I've ordered some sari silk, so I would probably go for that or something else anyway. So no, prefer that. Going to do it off center again so we get to see a little bit of the floral there. And then we want something in the middle, I still think. So perhaps another pearl. I mean, having the same colours going on the tags but doing them slightly differently brings the journal together, I always think. Right, so that's nice, simple but nice, so put that in there. What am I doing? Yeah. Let's not forget what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, that's quite nice, just hanging off the top there actually. And then see if we can get this pearl in the middle. And just leave that to dry, not fiddle with it too much. Yeah. I think it's good. It's pretty. It goes with the other two. See what I mean? I said leave it there, leave it to dry, and what did I do? Stick my finger on it. Right, so that's that one. Okay, so what else have we got here? So we have got, I think we've done a bird, light coloured bird one, haven't we? Have we done this colour? I don't know if we did this colour. I'll do this one. So I'm going to do this one because it's got the paper on the back already stuck on. Okay, so what can we do with this one? Let's just go a little bit more crazy with the material. Let me just see what I've got in here. Might be able to add like a mini tag or something. This isn't my tags actually. This is my stickers, so it may be that this doesn't work, but that's nice. And these are all stickers in here, and they're not the right season necessarily. So chocolate, we've done a chocolate journal, that was fun. Vellum, yeah, that's going to do that for there. Maybe put a person on, maybe not. I can see the whole putting a person on as causing me a few issues. No, still not putting a person on. Alrighty, so that's nice. Don't know that that's adding much to it actually, that vellum, but it's fun and it crinkles, and that's what I like about it. So put the vellum there behind, and then being that we're concentrating on some fabric today, then we can have lace, chiffon, and we can have, I'm going to go for quite a big piece of this chintzy greeny stuff, maybe down the side. Now that doesn't look as nice, does it? But it's different. Okay, let me just rummage around with that. That can maybe try that, that, that. That like that. Way too much. Do you not agree? It's way too much, but I wanted to include maybe, I think I'm wanting to do something different than what you've just seen. So I want to include that, even though it's quite dull. Obviously there are elements of my journal that are more aged and more authentic looking, so therefore sometimes you need that in a journal if you're trying to make that look. If you just want pretty and shabby chic, then you're not worried about aged particularly, but often in my journals they do have that slightly aged look, so let's go with that for a minute. It's not quite there yet, but the light is fading, so this is going to be my last tag. So if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Obviously I've got only a few subscribers, but I know from experience on the other channel that it's not so much who subscribes, but it's who likes your videos and who watches. So thank you for being here anyway, even if you don't want to subscribe, but it'd be lovely to see those numbers grow. So please do, if you've enjoyed it and you want to see how my journal turns out and what I do for my next ones. Okay, so I'm just really flying by the seat of my pants with this one. As you can see, this label is the thing that I really, now that's, yes. So I'll tell you what could make a difference here. That's inking, because it's going to add that colour in that I'm kind of trying to include, but allow me to have that aged look as well. So that is definitely going to help, and maybe we just muck up this a little bit as well. I didn't ink this, did I? But I will ink this one for you to see. Yep, just needs one more thing. What does it need? Does it need some pretty lace? I think it could do. Can I find the lace? Probably not. Where could it be? It could be anywhere. Ah, here's a piece. This could look nice because this is aged looking, isn't it? So Etsy links and Ko-fi links in the description, okay, if you're interested in keeping in touch with me. Right, do we need anything else? I just think we need a central focus, but I don't want to be faffing around trying to find that central focus. Do you know what? I think a little bit of glittery stuff broken down could look nice, but if it doesn't, it'll be too late to worry about it because it'll be on there then, won't it? This is where I need my tweezers and I don't have them. Well, I do, but I don't know where they are. So we're just going to have to throw it on and hope for the best. Just a little tiny bit. And it doesn't look quite so tacky, you know, or unreal. But I would rather it was on there than on my finger. Okay. Yeah, it's just a little tiny bit on there. Okay. No, we're not done, are we? I think we're going to have to include a couple of pearls as well. Only because it's not uniform with the other tags at all as it is at the minute. Well, that's really sweet. Okay. Let's ink that up. And then that will be the end of the video. And what will my schedule be? Now that's interesting. I have an adoption channel that I've had for a few years, so I post on that once a week, and I'll continue with that one. That's my biggest channel. Then I have a planning channel, and I have this one. But guess which is the favourite one to post on and the favourite one to do? Yep, this one. Even though it's the smallest and newest one, so hey ho, I don't know. But I'm going to say that I could manage 2 to 3 videos a week, but it depends on my back. Okay, so we've got our 5 finished things here, and I hope you've really enjoyed doing this with me, seeing how we can use little bits of fabric on our tags. And these are going to look fabulous in that journal that I showed you. So yeah, cut out just before I managed to show you inking this one, but I did ink it afterward and it just looked really nice. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you.